And for those of you all who missed it, we do have the Open Channels Group staff in the room as well, Stephen, Jordan, and Whaley. And they introduced themselves previously. Who all finished college in something. And I was thinking 19? Oh, I was like, oh, there is a new millennium, which is part of what we're here to talk about today. Making the business case. So I speak directly to multicultural audiences. And thank you to Open Channels Group for hosting these Lunch and Learns and giving the opportunity to all of us to learn new platforms and to understand how to best use our local businesses and firms to use their expertise to help us reach new platforms, new audiences, and maybe not new, but previously untapped. So this is wonderful. When I heard the topic, I thought, why not? And I said, you know, this may need to be explored. People think that it's second nature to just communicate in so many different ways, but not too long ago, we didn't have all these mediums and they're just now learning how to fully utilize them. So I'm interested to hear our expertise. First, I'll introduce Meliza, who was up first as Senior Vice President. She leads Open Channels Group's multicultural communications and public participation practice. She is the Chief Public Relations Strategist for AT&T's on behalf of Fleischman Hilliard's national diversity marketing initiatives for the African American segment. Her passion for PR shines through her work. As a matter of fact, we think it's infectious. I do, at least. I work for the county, and public participation is one of the areas that I interact most with in Open Channels Group. Public projects that are happening around transportation, housing, improvement, any public participation, any public project, we 9 times out of 10 have to have a public participation sector. And in the beginning of my career, we'd have them post it, turn the lights on, and say we've checked that box. We had the forum. And I was pleased as I came, I think it was 3 nights ago, to the expansion of East Lancaster's corridor meeting. And I was like, I'm gonna go, we'll check the box, and we'll move on to the planning piece of this. There were over 40 people at Poly High School who had not previously heard the presentation, not people who had heard the road show at some other place, and who had genuine questions and genuine interest in the planning piece. And that was important, and they were parents of students. They were students of the high school. They were local business owners along the corridor, extremely multicultural, diverse socioeconomically, and the presentation mattered. The public input will continue to matter. As a matter of fact, there are several phases, and it sounds like some of it might be altered because of some of the input. That's public participation. So how do we get that to multicultural audiences? Thanks, Meliza. Did you want to say something or have me go through the panelists?
We can go through the panelists first.
Yes, okay. Kevin Walker, Cultural Lab founder, is an adjunct marketing professor at the University of Dallas. His innovative marketing consultancy focuses on connecting companies and institutions to diverse next-gen consumers through relevant content creation, brand storytelling, and social media outreach. So I hope y'all are tweeting, Facebooking, and woohooting, or whatever. He'll talk to us about all that. He has advised clients such as the American Heart Association, General Mills, and Volkswagen of America. You might also find him on the ones and twos because he's a DJ and a Morehouse man. I always have to recognize a Morehouse brother. Gustavo Bojanda, Director of Marketing at Telemundo in Dallas, is a published essayist and commentator. His global experience in corporate communications, public affairs, broadcast journalism, marketing, and crisis response, which made me think of the TV show Scandal that's just out now. Olivia Pope type deal. Have you seen that at all? You just make problems go away for people. Is that crisis response? I like it. I like it a lot. Has taken him from covering Mother Teresa's funeral in Calcutta, India in 1997 to executing community relations campaigns for clients such as Shell in Bolivia and Walmart in Argentina. Did we mention you also speak Italian? So welcome to all of you. I believe Kevin's going to introduce the topic and why it matters, and I thought so. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
My bad. Or any one of you can take the ball. I'm tossing it up. Either one of you.
I'll be glad to talk.
You know, I kind of, I'm more, my space is really a combination between multicultural and digital. And one of the things that I'm most excited about that I'm working on right now is I'm helping the Fort Worth Public Library to reshape itself for the 21st century. And that involves really looking at what they deliver and how can they compete against the Googles of the world. Because as you know, the next generation is really digital generation. And so I'm trying to get them to rethink their delivery. And I'm working on a grand strategic plan that's going to be handed over to the mayor, Mayor Betsy Price. But I wanted to tell you that last year I had the honor of working with the American Heart Association, and they wanted to do, they have a program called Power to End Stroke, which is really targeted to African Americans, trying to get them to think and live a healthier lifestyle. And one of the things that we had to do was to create a Facebook campaign targeting African American women. And that, going through that process of building that campaign really opened up my eyes to the importance of cultural insight. Because when you go online and you try to create a Facebook ad campaign, there's no black button that you can push. You can't go in and say, I want to target all black people. You just can't do it. So what you have to do is have a little bit of cultural insight. And so what we discovered in our research, we found out that the age group was 25 to 54. And so what we discovered was small things like a lot of black women had on their profiles that they liked the R&B artist Maxwell, right? Maxwell is huge. So that, you know, we knew that that was going to give us a way to target. And then we thought about, okay, well, what other things are common amongst black women in this age group? And it was sororities. So we knew exactly what sororities to program into the mix. And so what, you know, the overall thing, we ended up delivering a lot of impressions with that campaign, but it hit me that this is a knowledge base that most general market agencies don't have. And so it helped me to understand that going forward, even in the digital world, cultural insight is still really, really important if you want to talk to certain groups. So that's really one of the things that I wanted to underscore, that yes, we are moving from a media side to more digital, but that doesn't mean that, you know, everyone is the same in the digital world either. So I just wanted to make that point.
You would have gotten me with both of those on my Facebook.
Oh, okay,
account,
good.
Sure.
See, we were on point.
For sure. Gustavo.
Well, I mean, taking off from what Kevin said about cultural insights and how to answer the question posed by the panel today, why talk to multicultural audiences? The point is that, you know, you want to talk to them because, you know, given their size and given their purchasing power, there's a lot of sales to be made there. And if you just don't take the numbers in themselves or the stats in themselves, you can go to particular case studies of big advertisers and small advertisers that have had tremendous success in marketing to these audiences. And speaking from, say, a Hispanic market perspective, marketers like Tide and Ford, Verizon, that have been at this multicultural or that have been engaged with Hispanic audiences nationwide, you know, continue to have great returns on that market, and the level of loyalty from Hispanics to those brands just over indexes those of other demographic groups. The one particular issue of connecting through culture that I think is also important for Hispanic audiences is that in addition to being fluent in connecting with them culturally, there is the issue that in many cases and in many markets, there's also the challenge of connecting with them through language. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if you're looking at, say, in fact, can I go to one of the slides that I have? I just brought some basic slides, and I'm sorry that I'm going on so long into mine, but the key to the Hispanic market, as I think with anything else, is digging deeper into what is the Hispanic market and segmenting and being a clever segmenter about what particular group you're talking to. And if there's one thing or one insight that you can come out from this presentation, I'm going to show you a slide that there we go. And then just go down.
Perhaps.
It's thinking. Is it thinking?
It does it every time.
Technology, right, that one is good.
You can do
That one, and then just wait for it to
Yes,
come up.
the signal.
Oh, the signal.
It's searching, it's saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gonna take.
You
I'm
want us to
sorry.
hit you back with the stats, Gustavo? Come back to you with some stats? Or
yeah.
you want to give them verbally, or?
Yeah, that, you know, if you're looking at the Hispanic population, you really have about one
There it
quarter.
is, there it
it
is.
is.
Got it.
Hispanics in the U.S. are in this continuum of acculturation because the Hispanic growth in the United States and in Dallas-Fort Worth, for that matter, is one that is fueled through birth and through immigration, right? So when you're looking at the Hispanic market in your particular DMA designated marketing area, you have to look at what are the levels of acculturation of the market that you're trying to target. So, for example, if an Aldi that is a low price retail marketer in the area that just moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth is talking to the Hispanic market, it's like, who am I really targeting, right? Is it the mostly unacculturated that are about a fourth of Hispanics here, or the ones that are in the process of acculturation, or the ones who are second, third, and fourth generation that are already fully acculturated, bilingual, and maybe English dominant? So that's one insight for you to take, that it's acculturation fueled by immigration that is a key component, and especially markets like Dallas-Fort Worth. That's a very important set of statistics to look at.